anywhere in Baltimore and you got access to every drug, everything that you want. It's difficult to not be the next dude on the corner selling drugs.
When people from the streets, they don't know with the skills that they got, they could go and put it into entrepreneurship and become something and make more money.
From the streets of Baltimore to building a financial empire,
Dev Dorsey went from selling drugs to selling hope, helping thousands fix their credit, secure funding, and unlock generational wealth. But it wasn't easy.
I'm the CEO of Freedom University, which is a funding company. 3 months, I didn't have to really fix my credit, but get things in order, researched, and then I got funded, and I had $75,000 in my name, in my bank account, that I could do anything that I wanted to do. What the f are we out here killing for now? Last year, I lost 5 friends in a fire. The window had bars on it, bro. So now you're basically trapped, just counting down. You can't do nothing. We waiting for a crew, so we got a crew on the outside trying to get the bars off of the window from the outside. I sat down with my wife and she looked me in my eyes and she said, I never seen you fail at anything that you ever done in your life.
Some people really have like the fear of too much money because they've never had it, never seen it. And it's like, all right, cool, what would I do with this amount of money?
The worst thing anyone could do is go ahead and fund someone $100K and not educate them properly, because they're going to go out there and ruin their life.
People do the credit card stacking. Some people do 0% interest. What's your favorite go-to strategy in getting people some money?
To be honest.
All right, guys. So before we jump into the episode, just want to make a big announcement. We just launched the Motion and Success community, guys. So in this community, we're going to be giving you the game on content. Basically, how to grow your profile from 0 to 100K in under a year, as well as how to make money online, getting leads for your business, more customers, more money.
Also, for the Motion and Success podcast, one of the things that I realized, we're attracting a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners, and people that are just starting up their business and they're looking to start growing their business and scaling. One of the key factors to growing a business is by borrowing capital. So now when you're going out to certain banks, there's certain things that you need to do to be able to get funding for your business, to be able to start, grow, and scale what you got going on and take things to the moon. So if you're looking to go out and start growing and scaling your business like a lot of our guests has been doing, I'm going to teach you how to go out and get access to capital, access to credit cards, lines of credit, loans, things of that nature, so that way you can start growing your business. Sometimes you might just need an extra 50,000. Sometimes it might be 100,000. But listen, check us out inside the community. Go ahead and click the link down below and book a call with us. And I'm going to see you guys inside the community. Enjoy the rest of the episode.
All right, y'all, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode. My name is Cody. All right, let me take a step back. Welcome back to another episode of Motion and Success. Listen, guys, my name is Cody Brown. I got my co-host with me.
It's Ion, bro. We back with another great episode, man.
We back with another banger episode. And listen, can I just say this one more time? I don't think we miss when it comes to funding.
You don't, bro.
I don't think between these past 2 years we've ever failed in finding good quality guests to bring you guys. Today is definitely another episode where we're gonna be able to enjoy, some people's their stories, some people, some of the things that works for them. And today we got my guy, Coach Dev, that's traveling all the way from Baltimore to Maryland just to come and bless the pod, give you guys some information, give you guys some knowledge that you would be able to use at the end of this podcast and start transforming your life. Any word before we introduce him, bro?
But I just got a good feeling this is going to be a good one. So y'all stay tuned all the way up until the end, y'all. So, yo, bro, Coach Dev.
Coach Dev. First off, man, thank you for having me, man. This is a huge opportunity, huge moment for me. And I just want you guys to know, I'm truly grateful, appreciative for the platform, for the opportunity and everything. Absolutely, that's fair. So I just understand you guys, man, for sure.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Absolutely, bro. So, Coach Dev, you traveled in all the way from Baltimore, man.
Absolutely.
Today is almost 90 degrees. How you feeling today, bro?
Man, it's hot.
It's not hot for sure.
Yeah, pretty hot. Yeah, but it's a blessing, man. It was a nice, smooth trip. I brought my wife up, brought my child, best friend up. You know what I mean? And we all going to enjoy this ride together.
So it's easy to see the people showing out for you guys. Really appreciate you, man.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, bro. So go ahead, tell the people who you are, let them know what you do, and how you value, man.
All right, man. Well, definitely. First off, I am Coach Dev. Look, when y'all see this face, y'all know it's about getting some money. I am the CEO of Freedom University, which is a funding company, which is based off of helping people come in, structure the LLC. We helped them structure the LLC. We helped them get a 700 credit score by using Metro 2 and AI. And then we helped them get funding at the end of the program. So, and once we get them funding, the worst thing you could do is put $100,000 in someone's pocket that's uneducated. So once we get them funded, then I like to push them in a direction of like other mentors so that they have the money and now they have other mentorship to help lead them so that they can start making money immediately.
Right. That's nice, right?
That's dope. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure Cody told you, like, yo, we had a lot of people who were in the funding space, you know. But you mentioned something super key. Like you said, you know, putting $100 grand in somebody who's that's somebody who's uneducated, like, you know, hands, you know, what that cause has early. You actually drive them in a direction where they can go out, get mentorship, and go out and get some money. So how did you jump into the funding space? Well, first of all, let me backtrack. Like, how was like growing up in Baltimore? I heard it's not easy out there, you know what I mean? We from New York, but
let me take a sip of that.
That's a lot different up there, man.
Yeah, Baltimore is different, bro. I only went out there one time, and the only thing that I remember is a lot of vacant homes. And it kind of just reminded me of Philadelphia a little bit, kind of, sort of, but that's my memory. I was like, for you, bro.
Honestly, that's a pretty a very accurate comparison, because every time I go to Philly, I always say like, man, this is like our little brothers. They hate when I say that shit. They like, nah, y'all our little brothers, like, you know what I mean? So we always battle between like Philly and Baltimore, like who's the big brother. But the cities are very similar just in culture, aesthetically, like we said, with the buildings and all of that, for sure. But as far as growing up, man, I would think that my life was average as far as every other Baltimorean. And the reason why I say that is because we all were struggling with mothers who were struggling on drugs and dads who were incarcerated and things of that nature. So my childhood looked exactly like that. I grew up, went to school out in Columbia, Maryland, which was supposed to be a better area for me to grow up in, but it's hoods everywhere. You know what I mean? And my mother, she was strung out on heroin. She was strung out on drugs. She ended up leaving. I ended up staying with my grandmother, who was in Columbia, Maryland, to try to get a better life with her. And then she ended up passing away from cancer. I end up homeless, back on the streets again, just trying to find my way. I'm going through like gangs. I'm going through, you know, just trying to find, I guess, manhood, to be completely honest, because at the end of the day, like when you're coming up in these environments and we don't have father figures or that male impression in the house, you know, I don't know if you guys can identify with this or not, but I know that people in my neighborhood are struggling from trying to find that identity of what manhood is. And the way that we were exercising it is through violence, or like, well, I step on your shoe and I use a, can we speak on it? Yeah, that's up to it. Okay. But like, you know, like somebody step on your shoe and now like, oh, now you a bitch. You know what I mean? Things like that. This is how we identified manhood growing up. And it was the furthest from the reality, right? But at the end of the day, we were chasing something. And with that, you know, gangs, violence, I'm going through the entire nine. My mother finally ends up getting her life together. So she ends up getting clean for a year or two. She comes back down to Maryland. She tells my brother and I that she finally wants to take us back. So we decided, you know, we would leave Baltimore and go and try this family thing, because we never had anything normal. My brother and I were divided young. You know, he was shipped off to my aunt. I was shipped off to my grandmother. But when we had the opportunity to finally like come together and have some sort of normalcy, meaning like a father, a mother, siblingship, we took advantage of it. And we moved to New York, and then that's when things kind of got a lot better. My grandmother ended up passing away from cancer. My aunt that ended up raising my brother, she ended up passing away from cancer as well, ironically. So here we are once again, like I said, losing the two women that, you know, gave us a little bit of stability. Moved with my mom. She got clean for a little while. That gave us enough time to graduate through school. And we moved back down to Maryland, and that's when we kind of just started our lives down here. But I would say it was normal to me because all of my childhood friends were growing up with their mothers strung out on drugs. Their dads were beating up their moms too and going back and forth to prison for kingpin charges and things of that nature. So to me, it was average. I didn't realize until I grew up that it's not, you know what I mean? There's no way for a child to grow up. And most times, you know, they don't have the success, but to come from that and to have 2 millionaire sons now, because most people don't know what my brother is, they were my, you know, he was able to successfully come down here and start his carrier business. And eventually, even though he's a year younger than me, started showing me the ropes and bringing me around Dion and kind of mentoring me and things like that. And that's when that totally like changed or projected in my life, because once you see certain things, you can't unsee. And yeah, after someone coming out of the same wound as you and making $1 million, it's like, well, what you doing? You know what I mean? I gotta do what you doing. You know what I mean? And that's what I kind of crossed over. Here we are now. No, that might have been a little long-winded.
Nah, bro, you didn't miss a word, bro. Honestly, like I could tell the passion in you. You know what I mean? Going through something like that, yeah, I felt, man, honestly and truly, I really don't remember to say it.
It's crazy, you know. It's a crazy backstory, but then, you know, it just shows like, you know, how much you overthink, you know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
And I already know life in Baltimore, you know, definitely, because usually when people from Baltimore get on podcasts or they share their story, it's like, man, y'all really went through that. Like, who was it? Javante had a very similar story.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
his mother, you know, being strung out on drugs and then getting back clean. So, yeah.
That's why I feel so average. You know what I mean? You don't even recognize that it's, you know, we shouldn't be living like this.
Yeah, like, it's crazy. So down that path though, like how we were able to kind of like, you know, maintain like a balance, like, you know, cause a lot of times, a lot of people, even younger kids, like, yo, they lose their mental stability. Like, you know, they end up getting involved in the streets, probably, you know, losing friends, losing family and things like that along the way.
Man, all of the above. I went through all of that. We've started losing friends at 13, 14 years old. Trying to find identity, like I said, because you don't have that male figure. I went through all of it. Depression, identity crisis, like I said, gangs. Had my time of, you know, thinking I was going to be, you know, a gangster in the streets. Sold drugs. I hustled, you know what I mean, to support myself. You know, I've been through all of the motions. But Baltimore is like it's a hustling city. Like New York is a hustling city. New York is like a hustling city as far as like, you got people like on the train that they're not even begging, like they're doing tricks and stuff like that for money. You know what I mean? Like I respect it. But Baltimore is like it's like the murder. It's like a drug infested place that everyone sells drugs. Like literally you can jump off any corner. I swear to God, any corner, anywhere in Baltimore. And you got access to every drug, everything that you want on every single corner. So coming up with that, it's difficult to not be the next dude on the corner selling drugs. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the path I took. And, you know, not really proud of it, wasn't glorified, but it's the thing that fed me. It's the thing that kept food on my table, kept clothes on my back. You know what I mean? Helped me support my younger brother at the time because, you know, he's a big guy now. You know, but at that time, you know, I was all we had. I was the only male figure in the house. And, you know, so those things that I resulted back on for survival, like the selling drugs and like the clicking up with the gangs and all of that, it's kind of what protected me and got me through life until I got to a point where I can actually go out and handpick my friends and recognize that at the end of the day, I actually wanted something different. And even though I identify with this lifestyle, it's not something that I knew I internally wanted anymore. What's up, family? Look, I am so sorry to break this interview. I know it was going crazy. I know it was getting good. It was getting intense. But listen, I got to bring you guys some value today. We have what I call the quick fix strategy. This is all that you're going to need to fix your credit score. So anybody that's struggling with the credit score in the 400s, the 500s, or the 600s right now that need a quick fix to your credit score, this is everything that you're going to need. I'm talking about it has all of the templates, all of the consumer law codes. It has all of the AI software and all of the products that we use to fix people's credit. So listen, if you're willing to go in and put in the work, For just $27, you can go ahead and hit the link below and get you a 700 credit score in these next 30 to 45 days. So you can go ahead and hit the link below, or you can find me at join.freedomuniversity.com/webinar. And I'm gonna be giving you guys all the free game. So go ahead and tap in.
So what was that I say that humble enrollment that made you be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go in a different direction, you know, because it's almost like you see this is what you growing up on. This is almost like a normalcy. Like, what was the switch for you?
The on the switch, man, this getting real. We had our doors kicked in, man. We were all hustling, and we had like a drug ring going on, and I won't get into too much detail. But we had like a drug ring going on, and 3 doors got hit, and I had just left from one of those locations like a few hours prior. So I'm thinking that, okay, shit, like I'm definitely going to jail because they hit the door. So that means this house has been under surveillance for the X amount of time. They're coming for me. They're coming for my brother. They're coming for, you know, everybody who was involved. And by the graces, they got who they wanted. That person didn't like flip or tell it or involve anyone else. And the rest of the parties were able to just kind of walk away, wipe our hands, and realize that, fuck, man, we just barely got away. Like we can't do this no more. And that was honestly the turning point. Flushed everything. This might turn into a whole other type of podcast here, bro.
Yeah, we might have to switch up. Yeah, man, that's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but that was the turning point. You know, things got real, man, and you faced with that decision in life. Like, look, if you continue going down this road, you're gonna end up dead on jail. You know what I mean? Is it really worth it? And that was the time that we decided this shit is no longer worth it. Let's find something else to do.
So now you ran into, you know, a different opportunity now. Like now you're helping the people, you know, fix their credit, get funded for their business, things of that nature. Like how long have you been doing this for?
So ironically, I've been hustling. I've been selling drugs. I started selling drugs at like 12, 13 years old, bro. And I had a high understanding for like money and just financial literacy at a young age. You know what I mean? Like counting money, being around a bunch of money, breaking down products, patching them up, selling them. Like business honestly is business, regardless of what the product is. And it's something that I understood that it came natural. Like when friends were asking for like financial advice and stuff like that growing up, I always kind of knew the answer. Like I knew about the credit. I knew about like investing. I just always kind of knew. So it's something that when I made that pivot, I started to dive like deep into, and I realized, all right, we can't do this anymore. So that door is closed. Well, what can we do? We still got some money left. Let's go in and start investing. And I end up investing in 3 properties in Baltimore. Because the one thing about Baltimore, like you said, we do have a bunch of vacants, but the beauty in it is they are cheap. So I had like $50,000 I walked away from the game with, and I invested into 3 properties. I bought each of the properties for like $7,000 each, and I put like another 20 into all of them, and end up selling them, you know. And to answer your question, I always had a fascination with trying to better myself and learning how to do it without spending my own money, right? So where I messed up is I told you guys I spent my own money on those houses, right? So it took me longer to get the houses off than I expected. The thing about real estate is it's a game of like buy and flip. It's got to be quick. You know what I mean? And once you start sitting on things for 40 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, now you're starting to go into the red. And I end up going into the red. It ended up being a terrible investment, which is when I realized I am never, ever, ever, ever using my money ever again, because now it's in the red, and I end up, bro, I put up 50,000. I think I end up coming back with like 13K, bro. That's it. 13K, because it just took so long for us to keep buying stuff, putting stuff into it. It took forever. But anyway, I learned then and there, like, all right, I'm never going to do this spending my money thing again, right? So that's when I got into the credit. I ended up funding myself. I always had a decent credit score, always paid my bills and stuff like that on time. Ended up funding myself $75K, starting another business, a courier business with my brother. That's when they taught me everything about the courier business. And then I realized I don't fucking like driving. So I stopped the courier business. But nonetheless, I got funded $75K and I seen what it did for me.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I understood it now. And I'm like, okay, this was a better situation than the situation I was last in when I invested my own money. This gotta be the way. And shortly after, I started getting mentored on it and started getting more education on it and stuff like that. And I realized like this is just the way to go. And since then, since I funded myself that $75K, I never looked it back. Like this is the way. This is the way.
No, that's crazy, bro. Well, one thing I could say is like, typically when you come from, you know, seeing all that type of stuff, selling drugs, having the cops, you know, watching over you 24/7. When you jump into the entrepreneur field, you like, this is easy. I don't watch my hey, I've got some
That right.
I bring money from the bank, invest and reinvest. I mess up my credit. Worst case scenario, I could get it back up. So
That's
you know, a lot of times it's like when people from the streets, like they don't even be like they don't know anything about it. They don't know with the skills that they got, they could go and put it into entrepreneurship and really like, you know, become something and even make more money. So you say you was in a carrier business when you really like driving. So
I agree to that.
I was like,
I do not like feather, bro. I'm a rather not. I agree.
yeah, that's crazy.
yeah.
After that, when did you jump into like the funding game? How did you know about the power of credit? Did you have bad credit?
Nah, so I always had good credit. I always paid my bills and stuff like that on time. But I end up just like finding out how to like get funded. I don't like just educating myself. You know what I mean? I end up going like through the SBA route and things of that nature. But it was just pure like just dedication and reading and educating myself and then I did and I was like, oh shit, okay, this works. You know, so but once you do it, now that's something that it's a skill that you have now that you could either teach or do or provide for other people, right? And you know, that was the start of like the funding, me understanding the power in it, what it does and how to do it, and that I can help other people do the same thing. Yeah. But something that you said that really just it jerked something and excuse me, you said a lot of the people that come from the streets, they don't know about the credit game, right? And you're right, and this is one of the things that I'm most passionate about, that I speak about oftenly, is for us to save up $50,000, right? Because I come from the streets, I understand that all of the killing that we were doing was always about capital. The murders, the jugs, everything was always about capital, right? But I just took 3 months, I didn't have to really fix my credit, but get things in order, researched, and then I got funded, and I had $75,000 in my name, in my bank account, that I could do anything that I wanted to do with. What the fuck are we out here killing for now? The money isn't no longer an issue because now we have people like us who are educated on going into that bank and going getting you access to capital. So one of the things I speak on all the time and try to help educate the kids on is it's going to take you too long to try to save up $50,000. It's going to take too long. One, it's going to take too long. And two, do you guys have a plan? Like for all my working people that's just working. Do you have a set amount to what you're working towards, what you're going to save? And then what you save up, do you have a plan with that money as to what's next after you save X amount? Right. A lot of people, this is where the hamster wheel starts at, because a lot of us don't have that set amount in our head and we don't have a plan with what we're going to do with that amount once we obtain it. So now you're just on this hamster wheel. You're just running. You know what I mean? So we're just being unintentional. But back to what I was adding on to your point. If we just educated ourselves on credit, and if you have bad credit, anybody, if your credit's in the 400, 500, 600s, it only takes 90 days, about 90 days, especially with the AI software that we're utilizing now, like Metro 2. You guys can, I don't know if we're going to put the links in later on or not, but I have Metro 2 Revive. You guys can always go into, M2, revive this score now. M2ReviveYourScore.com, I'm sorry. And that's Metro 2 AI software that we utilize in my company and Freedom U to start repairing people's credit. But you could utilize a tool like that, Metro 2, right? And fix your credit in 3 months.
Right.
And now you can either educate yourself, because now you have a 700 credit score. So now the next step is going to be funding, right?
Yep.
So now you either educate yourself or you come to somebody like myself. I don't know if you still funded or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Every day, bro.
Me or Cody or one of us, you know what I mean? That can get you access to the capital. And just like that, now you have a 700 credit score and you have $50,000, $75,000, $100,000 in your name and your bank account that no one is looking for you for. Like, that's simple. Now you start your life.
Yeah. You want to know a few things that I feel like people might probably have passed over, what you said? In 2 instances, you was able to use money to go out and grow your business, but you was in 2 different scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
First instance was you had your own money that you saved up. The second one, you had the $75,000 where you went out and then you got the vehicles, you started making some money, let up carry your business. But a lot of times people get the funding and they don't remember why they actually go out and get the funding. So having that plan in place is probably it is the most important. Yep. Because now if you get the money, now it gives you the opportunities that skip the time, you skip the line, you skip all the other hard stuff.
Yep.
And you'll be able to get to the front of the line and start investing and start doing some of the things that you want to do.
Exactly.
And making more money up. So as far as like plans, because I know a lot of people are watching this and they, some of them have 9-to-5 jobs. Some of them, they're trying to get their business off the ground. Like what's some of the plans that people may start putting into place to be like, all right, cool. Once I get this money, we're going to be able to multiply it and things are going to be looking different in the next 2 years, the next year from now.
I think it starts with the plan.
Yeah.
Like, I think it starts with being intentional and actually designing a plan, because like you said, I mean, people are just kind of waking up, rolling out of bed and going with just no intentions. And, once you add intentionality to it, and focus and discipline, it's going to kind of be hard to fail, honestly, because a lot of people don't know, like, success isn't success isn't biased. Like, it's not about like who comes from what family and what parents and stuff like that. And I can say that, right? Because I came from nothing and we got 2 millionaire sons now. But it comes from intentionality and it comes from discipline and it comes from not quitting, like compounding, continuously going at it every single day until you get that breakthrough. The problem is that most of us, do the webinars for 2 months. Do the webinars for 2 months. Like, man, shit is not working, right?
Yeah.
So that's your experience.
Yeah.
I experienced the same thing, but I kept going and I eventually got the breakthrough. And now, now my webinars, I'm not sitting there alone anymore. You know what I mean? But, that's the main thing. It's just about like you said, intentionality, man, discipline, focus, and just every day, like compounding, man, locking in and going for it every day.
Yeah.
Don't quit. Like, it's going to happen. It's going to be hard to fail with that blueprint.
Right.
I hope that answered your question.
It definitely did.
Yeah, that make a lot of sense. And I'm glad you said don't quit, because, even thinking to it is like, most of the people who do become successful, like it's like, they don't even look at quitting as an option. So it's like, when you got that mindset, it's like, how could you lose? See the videos, like,
Exactly.
even like what you said, webinars is, nobody's there. You kind of talk to yourself, going through the slides. But the more you keep doing it, and it's more so, I feel like, also like getting better every time. If you do the webinars and then you put some content out, it might not be the best content, but you're getting better every time. Now you're putting out better content. You're eventually gonna get there. So
Exactly.
it makes a lot of sense right there. Yep. So at this point, you're helping people get some money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And this was after you helped yourself, right? You got yourself some funding. So what are some things that you notice while you're on this journey, starting off? Like, and what really attracted you to the funded side? Like, was it like you were seeing people's really successful in that field? Do you see people make money in it? or you really just generally had like a passion to just like, yo, I want to show y'all what it did for me?
So it's a combination of all those things, right? Like, obviously we're in business for money. I didn't know anything about funding prior to my trip to Atlanta. At some point in time, we'll probably talk about that. But I didn't know too much about funding specifically. I knew I got myself funded and I knew the power of it, right? But I didn't know like I could make money off of it. I didn't know how to make money off of it. I didn't know that even existed until I went to Atlanta and shout out Dion. I met Dion Coolwood. That experience changed my life. When I started hearing people speak about funding and making the 10% and stuff like that, and I'm like, shoot, 10% of 100,000 don't sound too bad. You do 3-4 of those a month. That's your 40-50K month. You know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, okay. I have some experience in doing it. I know how to do it. I've done it for myself. I know the power and then I understand it. But I don't know the business side of it. So that's why I had to get up under Dion and, pick Darius's mind. Shout out Darius. Pick Run's mind. Shout out my man Run. I can go through the list. Everybody you've had on here have had some type of pause on me at some point in time to help me get to where I am now with some type of advice. So I love all of those guys. Like everybody you had on the show, I love all of them. Appreciate you. No, definitely. Appreciate you for you guys even creating this like platform for all of us. But yeah, to answer your question, it's really all of them. But once I got with Dion and I understood how to make money off of it, it just made more sense. And then that's when I started the business. That answer the question?
Yeah,
It
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I had to ask that because like everybody got a different story as to how they jumped into the funding.
What I will say now, when I started, I didn't necessarily have the passion for it. I started because I seen everybody around me, 7-figure earners and Lambos. Right? Like, I'm like, shit, I need in on that. Like, give me the sauce, bro. But now it really is a passion because I understand that there's a lack of education on it, for one. And two, I understand that it literally, it will literally change your life, family. Like, it will literally change your life. Business is all about capital. Most businesses fail because they run out of capital. So if you can have a plan, have the discipline, have someone go out there, go get you that bag. Now you have all of the money to run your ads. You have all of the money to put your crew into effect. To go hire people, hire staff, things of that nature, run ads. You have the money to do it now. But if you're trying to start business out of fear, because I run into that too, like a lot. Like that kills me. I don't want that much money in my account. Like, I'm scared. I don't want that. Like, what do you mean you don't want the money? Like,
I could agree to that. I remember at one point, this was back when I was...
You can agree to not wanting the money?
No. The mindset.
Oh, okay.
At one point when I was doing like network marketing, I had like, it was a company, it was like Forex, all of that stuff. And pretty much at the time, like it was almost so scary. Like, I knew I was about to hit the next rank, and that means that you'll be able to start making X amount of dollars. So like, fuck, bro, like some people really have like the fear of too much money because they've never had it, never seen it. And it's like, all right, cool. What would I do with this amount of money? You know what I mean? So I feel like the answer to that question is definitely the personal development. Getting exposed to people like the Dions, the Gary's, the Runways. It's like, all right, cool. Like, we do this on a regular Monday. You know what I mean? Like, this is normal. You know what I mean? So it almost makes your unnormalcy normal. Right. You know what I mean? Yep. So I feel like that, like, at one point I did have that same kind of struggle at some point.
Yeah, it's frustrating, ain't it? Did it frustrate? Boy, my bless.
It was frustrating, bro. It definitely was frustrating. It was like, all right, dude, wake up. Like, all right, cool, you gotta rest. Yeah, we good. So, but yeah, man. So
yeah, I was gonna say, but which one do you think is worse? People fearing having all that money, or people not knowing what to do with it? They get it, and it's just like,
well, that's definitely worse.
That's worse.
Yeah, because you'll fuck your life up. Like, and that's why it's huge. Like, it's the worst thing anyone could do is go ahead and fund someone 100K and not educate them properly, because they're going to go out there and ruin their life. You know what I mean? For one, let's be real. You know, if we credit card stacking, we lateral stacking, it's all credit. It's all cards. So if you don't have that discipline or that literacy, you just want to go ahead and start swiping, like buying shit, you know what I mean? And then you didn't even create the thing to generate the money to pay it back. That's the real issue. Because at the end of the day, okay, if I go get you 100K, you don't have to use 100K. If it only takes $10,000 to go start your carrier business, then take the $10,000 and go start your business. And then just pull from the money as you need it. And after 6 months to about a year, you should start being, in the green, you should start making money, being able to pay that original loan back. And then everything else is just all profit. Like, I don't understand what people are afraid of. When I see that, what I really see is, one of you just said it, but it's limited beliefs. I see that you don't believe in yourself. You're terrified of yourself, and you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe that you will do right with the money. Those are the people that fear it. But people that's ready to go, like, we understand that I need this capital to grow my business at the end of the day, and just be responsible and be smart about it.
So quick question now. I mean, you've been helping people get funded. You've been teaching people the game. Like, what's one of the biggest success stories that probably you might not forget, but almost made you shut your tail with it?
Bro, my clients are like the best, man. Like, man, I got 30 mentees, and about 100 people in my community, but like 30 high ticket like mentees. Bro, and my man, he could contest to it. But the testimonials I get every day from like just the content. And I'm one of the guys, they call me like Robin Hood, like my feet's on the ground. Like, I'm really the guy, like really, like you could call, like hit my Instagram, you can call, like come straight through on my Instagram. I'll pick up, yo, what's up, da-da-da. I'll answer, talk to the people. I give them some game, like, and I didn't realize the effect. But someone else told me, and they were like, bro, don't stop. Like, that's what makes you different in your space. Like, these other people aren't really like tangible. I mean, once you got guys making 100Ks a month and stuff like that, they busy. You know what I mean? They don't got the time and stuff, but me still being one of the smaller guys in the field. And I don't think that's ever going to change, even when I do get to those limits. But being someone that's got the feet on the ground and just of the people, man, like, you know what I mean? I'm a human like you are. I'll answer the phone. I'll give you some game. So to answer your question, I get it every day, like literally every day, 2-3 calls a day. And we just started like filming them. People will start seeing them more. But every testimony I get, man, is always heartfelt. And what I always get is like, yo, you were my guy. Like, I was going to go to this credit guy first, but then I seen your video. I seen this, you know what I mean? And, or this YouTube. And I was like, yo, you're my guy. I got to come to you. You know, things of that. People just tell me all the time, yo, you changed my life so much. I just got a guy named Marcus in my mentorship. He came in with a 400 credit score. That man was only in my program 16 days. We got him from a 400 credit score to a 721 in less than 15 days. But he came in, he got active and got straight to work. Got other people cars and stuff like that. I mean, all of it matters to me, bro. Like, I don't care if I helped you go from a 505 to a 510, and you told me thank you. Like, nah, seriously, that means something to me. Like, all of the wins mean something to me. All of them, man. I love them. Everybody, I love all y'all. Thank you. Like, thank you. For real.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. So now, like, what's some of the things that you see, like, the successful mentees or the people that comes to you, for your services, like, what separates them, like, from everybody else that doesn't really see results? Like, are they more hungry, or is it, like, what's that thing that's action?
Now, no opportunity wasted. You know what I mean? Taking action. And that have you ran a mentorship? Any of you?
Not really.
Okay. So the hardest part for me, like, I'm somebody that like really cares, bro. And the hardest part for me was like, damn, there's going to be people that like don't succeed in my program. I couldn't live with that. So I would go back and like get you by the bootstraps and like, come on, Miss such and such, come on, we're going to fill this out today. We're going to sit on the phones together. Like, I hated the fact that someone could come through my program and not get results. But then I started getting the guys that were getting crazy results like Marcus. And another guy, JB, came in and got active the same way. And it took for one of my mentees to say, look, bro, if it worked for me, then it works. So don't feel bad. Like, I'm proof. He said, use me as proof that it works, because look, you just took me from a 400 to a 700 in X amount of days. it works. So if other people aren't getting the results in the program, don't take it personal. It's because they're not putting in the work. They're not doing the things that you're telling them to do. They're not going through the modules, stuff like that. So very simply, man, it's just about action. Period. Because we can only do so much. The thing about Freedom U that's unique is I think we're one of the only like do it for you programs that you can come into Freedom U. We're going to fix your credit for you. But the modules every 2 weeks consist of like credit building, funding, LLC structure. Like we do this in class together. Like you leave class with your stuff structured.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But not just that, we're educating you on credit because there's nothing worse than me fixing your credit for you and then you're not educated on it and then you go back out and make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
Right? So we're one of the people that does it for you but educates you to help you do it for yourself as well. Like it's a do it with you, do it for you type of a thing. I've never seen that before.
Right.
So that's one of the things that we take pride in. But just action, bro. That's all.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. You know, because a lot of people too, like, you know, they join these mentorship programs and they literally want you to hold their hand.
Hold our hand every step.
Even if they pay $1,
Yeah.
they expect max result.
Boy, huh?
So I already know, but you know, that's how they roll in there. But wanted to ask you too, like in your funding company, like what's the most common methods y'all use to get people money? Like I know people do the credit card stacking, some people do 0% interest, what's your favorite like go-to strategy in getting people some money?
To be honest, I mean, your fan base has seen all of us. Same thing we all use, most of us. Lateral stacking, credit card stacking. They've seen it 1,000 times. They know that this pulls from TransUnion, this pulls from Equifax, this pulls from Experian. But we just use a method called credit card stacking, where it's just that, where we are pulling from credit bureaus specific to each bank, meaning we know which banks pull from this credit union to only inquire one inquiry, things of that nature. So what we'll do is we'll just go across the board with each bank, each bureau, and get you funded and keep the inquiries as low as possible. But lateral stacking. Yeah.
Give us like an example, like, the banks and, where you're pulling from and how do you want inquiry?
All right. So you asking for like a sequence?
Yeah, like the sequence. Yeah, instead of the one indeed. Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, everyone knows Chase is going to be like our number one go-to. So most of the times when we got clients coming in, we're telling them, don't apply for anything, because Chase has the file 24 rule, which we all know, right? So we're going to have to go to Chase first. We don't want you applying for anything. If you apply for anything within these last 24 months or you have more than 5 inquiries, then they're going to deny you. So our sequence just looks like that. Like, we're going to go through Chase first, and then we'll go through BOA, and then we're going to go through like the cities and then the Truist, and things of that nature. And whoever we can get the most money from with the least inquiries, that's the route that we go on. That's pretty much how to simplify credit card stacking. Yeah. And yes, it's 0% interest. So the thing about the funding and the lateral methods that we use, it's 0% interest. So once I didn't even want to go through this today. But once you hit certain data points that I'm sure that your fans have seen 1,000 times, right? No bankruptcies, no late payments, minimal inquiries, 2 cards with over $3,500 limits, all of that, like, right? And then you got your LLC structure, probably you got your 1-800, you got your Grasshopper, you got your business email address, the whole nine. Once all of that is set up, which I'm sure y'all seen 1,000 times, y'all don't need me to go through, then yes, we're going to use a method called lateral credit card stacking, which is going out and getting you as much funding from banks as possible with 0% interest for that first 12 to 18 months. Yeah.
That's dope. However y'all getting the people the money, that's really, all that matters, because I know 100K, 200K, it's different strategies.
Absolutely.
How's it like running a funding company? Like, is it, because I'm not gonna lie, like, we you know people you know that do funding and whatnot. Y'all always on the phone, like it's funny, like, hey, bro, fuck, hey, like, damn, what are y'all doing? It's 24/7 phone, laptop. So like,
That's a fact.
do you ever have like time to chill, like, or you got like assistants kind of handle?
That's a $1 million question. So honestly, right now, it's so weird that you're asking this right now. Because I literally on the way here, I had to interview 2 people to help with taking the calls. So yeah, I have an appointment setter. I have 2 appointment setters, a DM setter. I have a call taker. I have a closer, IT team, a credit repair team. Like we have the whole entire team, right? But it feels like you can never really have enough. Like no matter what. You know what I mean? Somehow I'm still on the phone and I'm still the one that's closing all of the calls and things of that nature. But it will get really busy for you. It's not like hard or strenuous, but it could be very tedious. You know what I mean? We handling paperwork, pushing paperwork. You know, we got to have those relationships with the bakers and stuff like that. So everyone has to. It's a group effort. You know what I mean? And yeah, it demands a lot of time on that phone for sure. So I'm in the process of right now trying to get more time back is what I'm saying. Hiring more people right now as we speak so that I can get that time back, because what I realized was I just gave myself a second job. I was a paramedic firefighter. We skipped that part. We did skip that part. Yeah, we definitely skipped that part.
Oh yeah, I would want to hear about that experience.
Wait, so you was out there saving lives, pumping people's chests and everything?
Yeah, firefighter, paramedic, man. Yeah.
Oh, so you was running into burning? Oh,
Yeah.
actual firefighter.
Yeah.
And then paramedic on the side from time to time.
Nah, so in Baltimore, well, I'll show you the pictures. I guess I'll give you the pictures afterwards, right? But in Baltimore, EMS and fire is combined. I know in New York it's different, it's separated. Yeah, because I used to live in New York with my mother when she got clean, right? So I actually started volunteering in New York when my mother got cleaned as an EMT. So we missed that part, right? So I didn't speak about me living with my mother at all. We just spoke about her getting clean and us going up there. But while I was up there, my mother was clean and we're doing the entire family thing. I was volunteering at a volunteer center. And that's when I got a fascination for like saving people and helping. I always had a desire to help. Started volunteering. Eventually got my license, and then it became my career, and I did that for 6 years until I just quit to scale my business.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nah, it's actually crazy. I meant to say, because I'm like, yo, bro, like, not too long ago, you said, you know, you
Yeah.
left from the courier business and now you're doing this.
It'll miss that fuck.
Yeah, like, to hear that right now, you in the process of hiring staff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, bro, that's big. You know what I mean? Because now, like, fast forward is like, all right, cool. Like, the workload is too much. And now you're starting to have people employed under you to be able to start doing the things that you can't really be doing at that moment, right? So congratulations, man. That's
It's crazy. Now I feel like, even from that job experience, that's a life skill. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, a lot of people, they got all the skills of making money, but having a skill to save a life is another thing. Absolutely. So if something goes down, you know CPR. Absolutely. So yeah. So that's definitely amazing right there. I'm surprised we missed that.
Yeah. And the craziest part is I literally just walked away maybe 3 months ago. Yeah, because this was booming. And I'm like, I'm all in. Matter of fact, I was all in before it was actually booming. I was all in even when it was just me sitting on the other end of that laptop. But when it stopped being me sitting on the other end of that laptop, I was like, oh, we making money now. I really love doing this. I'm on a scale. And to be honest with you, even though I love helping people and saving lives, running and burning buildings wasn't my thing. Like, and then to answer your question, fire is combined with EMS in Baltimore. So you have to be both. You have to do both.
right.
So you can go EMS only, but if you become a firefighter, you have to do both there. And that's what I had to do. I had to do both. And I hated the fire side of it because I started losing friends. Last year, I lost 5 friends in a fire.
Like firefighters?
Yeah, firefighters, co-workers. Yeah, and the fire, that was a big thing all over Baltimore. And the year before that, we lost another 2 people. And I'm just like, yo, this shit is getting very dangerous.
I was the home too.
Yeah, like, yeah. And now these are friends, like, you know what I mean? People I might have been in the academy with, and stuff like that. And it just hits you differently. Like, I'm literally putting on a uniform every day, kissing my wife, walking out of here, and this could be my last day. Every single day you go into work, bro. Every day. And for some people, that was their last kiss home and last time kissing their kids. And not to get too dark, but just one of the fucked up stories, one of the last deaths. When we lost those firefighters, we had firefighters trapped. They came in. We're a very aggressive city, like, and we need to stop being so aggressive. And it took for us to lose all of these people this last year for us to stop being so aggressive, because we would always run into these buildings with nobody in them. It doesn't make sense for you to be putting your life on the line, you to be putting your life on the line for a building that is completely fucking empty. Excuse my language, but this really bothers me, because people aren't coming home, bro, and it's literally about to bring tears to my eyes. We shouldn't have been fighting fires like that for a long time, right? And it took for us to lose 5 people. But the thing that I'm getting to is, one of those people, it was his first day at work, bro. It was his first day out of the academy and his first day in the field. His first day in the field. And he's gone. Just like that. Kids, no father. You know, he was engaged to be married. That's never going to happen, right? Like, all for what? Nobody was in the house. Nobody was in the house. And when you hear the call, because all of these are like public calls, like you can actually hear the call, like you can literally hear it. You can go on YouTube right now and listen to it, right? You can hear these men in there screaming and burning, man, for their life, because what we realized was when they advanced, the fire had like got behind them, right? And now we can't get out of the house. So they went to a window. The fucking window had bars on it, bro. Had bars on it. So now you're basically trapped, just counting down. You can't do nothing. We waiting for a crew. So we got a crew on the outside trying to get the fucking bars off of the window from the outside. You got guys that's trying to force their way in through the door, but it's fucking fire blazing everywhere. They can't get there in time. And by the time we got there, it was over, bro. You know, so not to get too dark or take too hard of a pivot, but that's why I had to make a pivot, because it stopped becoming worth it. You know what I mean? And why do that for $100K a year when I have a brother that is making $100K a month? You know what I mean? Teach me that. Hey, I need to learn that skill. You understand what I'm saying? So it stopped making sense for me to risk that much for $100K a year when I started having peers and friends that were making $100K a month. I needed to pivot and learn what they know.
So up till now, that they changed the whole rule on people going in. But
yeah, so it has changed now that now, and the weirdest part is people complaining about it. Like, it's safer and people are mad because they're not getting active anymore. Some crazy shit happens in the fire department that we don't normally like talk about anything, but people fight over these fires. Like, if you show up and I show up at the same time and your truck company is truck 21 and I'm truck 41, and you get there first, I might try to take your hose from you and advance in it. I might snatch your fucking helmet off or like unplug. This is the shit that's going on in here, bro. Like, and it's all for bragging rights. And it was all cool and cute and fun until people started dying, right? But this is the mentality, like real cowboys in there that just want fire, like want the smoke, literally, like want the smoke. But I'm sorry, what was your question again?
nah, they changed up any.
Yeah, so that's what I was getting at, right? So the guys that are like Wild Wild West, like, they're pissed about it. You know what I mean? They want to still run into those buildings. They still want to compete. They still miss like the adrenaline and all of that. You know, now, no, you can't go in without like a chief, you know, saying it's okay to go in. You know what I mean? For the most part. Or unless you know that someone is in there for a fact, but you have to confirm that they're in there before you go in there now.
Yeah, I don't know how we almost pissed out on that.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That is crazy. it plays a huge role in the success that you got today. Yeah. Why is it that? Like the going through fires, like it builds a certain kind of character for them. You know what I mean? Hearing that seeing, like you go out on a truck and you go out with 5 dudes on the truck. And now thinking back, you going back to the warehouse or the station. It's only 2 of you guys back on the train.
Yeah, man. Can you imagine?
You know what I mean? Like man, it's crazy. Cause like, yo, we 5 of us dudes just came here and now it's like only 3 of us going back inside the truck. So it plays a lot of role in the success that you got today. And it's like, definitely you're bringing chills in my skin right
Yeah,
now.
you bring tears in my eyes, the chills.
Yo, like it's just kind of crazy. And then not only that too, I feel like I just speaking to you, bro, like this is our first time meeting. I'm gonna be honest, this is our first time where there's a few things that I realized about you, bro. Very humble.
Wow,
and very passionate in the things that you do. And also I feel like because of the kind of work that you used to do, the leadership is there.
Wow.
You get what I mean? Like the leadership is there, like, cause you gotta first be willing to be led first, and then at some point you can start leading, girl. So, and it kind of it bring a little chills to my skin.
Just thank you for those kind words, bro. Like, I don't take like words lightly, man. Like, that it really means something to me. When someone can acknowledge or find certain traits about you that you think people don't recognize or don't care about, and someone to call it out. So thank you. That means a lot. I appreciate you. I definitely thank you.
And you definitely made the right choice too, So, leaving that, because at first I'm thinking, I'm like, when you say the loud, usually when people do things like that, they got like crazy passion for it. But at the same time, you want to make it back home too, So that would definitely be a good pivot. Was it hard for you leaving? Because I know a lot of people, when they think out of 5,
Was it hard?
they think about the worst case scenario, like,
Was it hard? Shit.
if this is safety there,
Nah, I get it. And so as far as those terms, like, all jokes aside, like, yeah, man, like when you, they just told me like yesterday, they just said the shit to me yesterday. It was like, yo, you walked away from a 6-figure job, stability, benefits, everything, like, and you just did it for like, what? Like, you didn't know that this was going to work out or not. I still don't know if it's going to work out or not. You know what I mean, but at the end of the day, I believe that we all have a purpose, right? And I believe that en route to your purpose, we get called, right? We have a calling. Like, everyone has a calling. Like, so we always magnify like this purpose thing. Everyone's like, well, what's your purpose in life? I don't fucking know, and I don't know until I get there. But what I do know is, I know I hear this voice telling me what to do. I know this voice is saying, go left, and I just continue to listen to the voice. I know the voice says, quit your job. I'll listen to the voice. The voice says, you're going to be okay, trust in me. I listen to it. I listen to the voice. The voice has gotten me, bro. I've sold drugs since I was 12 years old. I never said a day in prison. Not one. I didn't work for 6 years as a paramedic firefighter. I never been burnt or hurt on the job to, like, on a fire ground like that at all, right? Like, I jumped into this fucking new career. This not even a career. Like, this is this new industry with like no knowledge or understanding of it, and I'm thriving. It's like, it's just listening to that voice. So to answer your question, from a stable point, it was very difficult. But the night before, I sat down with my wife. Shout out my beautiful wife. I sat down with her the night before, and I said, babe, I'm ready to hang this shit up. And I said, but I'm scared because I know I got the responsibility of you and us, and I don't know what's going to happen. And she looked me in my eyes and she said, I never seen you fail at anything that you ever done in your life. I got us. Just go do what you got to do. And first off, as a man, that's a provider, right? Like, you kind of like, yes, we want to hear that, but it's like an ego thing too. Like, man, I'd be damned if I'm let this woman like pay all the bills and like, you know what I mean? Like treat me like I'm that fucking housewife these next couple of months. You know what I mean? But it was her belief in me, that her looking me in my eyes and said, I never seen you fail at anything that you ever done in your life. You're going to figure this out and you're going to be successful and you're going to be great and you're going to be one of the biggest people in your space when the world gets to see you. She told me this. Like, how can you not? Like, you know, I got a woman at home that puts that battery in my back that I feel like I run through a brick wall for. How can I not? And I'm listening to the voice, and I have this thing with her. Like, I just don't think that, this might sound crazy, and especially to say it out loud, but I just don't feel like, I feel like she's so much my angel. Like, I feel like the messages that come from her are like directly from God. Like, I don't feel like any missed messages come from her. You understand what I'm saying? So when I listen to it from her mouth versus someone else's mouth, I hear it differently. You understand what I'm saying? So when I heard it from her mouth, was just confirmation that everything I was hearing in my ear was right, and this was the time to strike. And the next morning, I made the phone call, and that was it. That was my last day. You know what I mean?
Hey, so you ain't need 2-week notice?
No.
You went 2-day notice. All right, today is my last day.
Today is my last day. I had to go back in. I was off so I did get injured on the medic. Ironic, I ended up having a back injury, but I was off on injury when we made the decision, but I only had one day until I had to go back. And that's when we had to talk, you know, the night before. And it was just like, man, I don't feel like I want to go back. You know what I mean? Like, I want to really do this, you know, and
That's crazy.
yeah.
You want to know what's crazy? Because a lot of times too, when people making big decisions like that, that's when the people closest to you really matters too. Like, their opinion really matters. Because if you was to go and ask coworkers, you know, because I was in a similar situation. They're like, yo, you're bugging, bro. Like, yo, what about you don't want to stay here for 25 more years? Get your pension, bro. Exactly. And then it's like, they use sitting here, especially if you're super indecisive, you're like, now you got a point. This might not work. So, you know, you being vulnerable and actually going to your wife and being like, yo, because she could have, obviously, you probably, either direction, you probably would have, you know, made the choice. But, you know, her opinion means a lot to you. So if she was to be like, listen, just stay like 10 more years, you know, you probably would have thought it over. It would have did. So, you know, having somebody who actually sees that vision, you could change the whole trajectory.
Everything. Because exactly what you're saying I went through, because before all right, I'm in the gym every day, right? One of my best friends from work, he comes to the gym with me every day, and I'm talking to him about it. He's like, bro, you bugging. He like, bro, we got the best benefits. And it's like, we only work 8 days a month. Like, what else can you go to only work 8 days a month? That right? They're like, bro, we only work 8 days a month. We got the best benefits. Like, yo, you can have your business and do this too, because we only work 8 days a month. Like, you can figure it out. So he's trying to like map all this shit out. And I'm just like, bro, the thing is, they didn't go with me to Atlanta. They don't have a brother that's making 100K. Like, so you can't see what I see. You understand what I'm saying? So to you, it sounds crazy. It looks wild. But to me, I'm around Dion's, I'm around Runs, I'm around Darius's, I'm around Dayron Myers. Is like, how can I go back to a 9-to-5 making 100K a year when all of my peers make 100K a month?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I knew that he didn't know that or understand that part of it. But yes, I was in that like, damn, am I making the right decision? Am I making the right decision? So it came down to her decision. Whatever she said was what I was going to do. If she said, like you said, go back to work and we'll figure it out, and that's what I would have done. But when she said it, it was confirmation. And the way that she said it, to look me in my eyes and say, you're going to win. You're going to be one of the biggest people in the space. I got you. I got us. But he's like, as long as it takes, I got us. You understand what I'm saying? She just said, just make sure it don't take longer than 2 years. You know what I'm saying? I end up going viral 2 months later. You know what I mean? And everything changed, bro.
That's powerful, man. That's definitely powerful.
It's that exposure. Like, yo, once you're exposed to seeing things that I love me through, like it, you can't unsee it. Like, and then especially too when you see them and they got the Lambos, they got the freedom of we out there.
Yep.
You're just like, I'm working this hard for like, I need to learn this. Yeah. So it's crazy. Yeah. And you mentioned going viral too. So how big has content been, you know, in your business? Like,
man, my man Wallow say, man, there's God and then there's content. You know what I mean? Y'all know, y'all in the space. Like, that's what it is, man. Like, this is everything. You know, like, people don't really understand the power of it. Like, just even a long form content like this, I've gotten so many people that came into the business like ready to buy because they like, you're my person. Like, just to be able to watch and hear you. And so content, it's significant. Like, this was what keeps us, the lead flow coming through. This is what keeps us on top. This is what keeps us relevant. You understand what I'm saying? So content is everything. Shout out my man Run. Like, everyone, like I said, had a part of me getting to where I am, but Run specifically when it came to that fucking marketing and that fucking Instagram and campaigning and stuff like that, man, he is the wizard. Like, he's different. And all I did was just pick his head every day. It gave me free jewels every day, like gems. He didn't even have to, you know what I mean? Like, people are paying thousands of dollars for this information, man. He just giving them to me. Alley, yo, Dad, do this. Yo, Dad, try this. I'm doing everything. I ain't asking no fucking questions. Everything clicking. Everything working. You know what I mean? And before you know it, boom, he gave me a piece of advice of, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? And I seen someone do something and I redid it, right? And their shit might have done, like, I seen that their shit was doing good at like 200,000 views. I did the same thing. My shit went to 1.7 million. Copying someone who just did 200. I don't know what it was about me or my style that made it go, you know, but God, I guess, whatever, right? Purpose, voice, whatever, all of that. Answering your question, that changed my life because at that point in time, and ironically, all of these things are clicking, right? So I got something that's going off virally. It ain't in the millions yet, but I see it going off. We have the conversation, make the decision. That shit starts going crazy. You understand what I'm saying? And the next thing I know, it's like people recognize me in the streets now. Now I had to go hire a DM set, but because it was, bro, I went from 8,000 followers to 21,000 followers in like 3-4 days. So all of those leads, and this is all organic. I told you I never ran an ad a day in my life. So these are all leads coming through. That forced me to go out and get the setters and start putting things into position and stuff like that. But it's God and it's content. That's it. All day. I'm shooting. Like, all day.
You know what's so crazy, bro? Like, social media and content creation really allows you to connect with anybody, bro. Yeah, it's like it and I kind of realized this when we started posting content. We see people like Usain Bolt liking the content, Rick Ross, Queen Latifah, all kinds of celebrities, athletes engaging in the content, right? And it's like, it's not happening once, it's happening over and over. But that means you got the looper. You know what I mean? So a lot of times it's really about the content that you put out to be able to start getting the clients that you want, connecting with the people that you also want. And sometimes you won't have to fly out to a different room or travel to a different room. Sometimes they see you online, but it's all right, but now when you get in person, you can almost make that click very easily. So I realize content is definitely a game changer, bro. Work for you.
What advice could y'all give someone about content with all the success and stuff? Y'all, I mean, how garbage y'all got now?
We got like 43,000 users, and then like 140.
Oh, them got all those. We got to get some noise in that. We got the client. We gotta get some noise in that. We ain't about to just 50K subscribers. Damn man.
Yeah,
you're not, bro. Wow. Yeah, give me some sauce, man. I need some plates.
I say honestly, you kind of nailed it out. And if you watch this episode again when you get the chance, how I usually recommend like guests when they come on the show to be able to have a great episode. There's 3 different things that I always gonna break it down real good. I mean, this is your show, but I don't break it down to be. So I say stories,
Okay.
lists, and steps.
Stories, lists, and steps. I elaborate.
So, all right, cool. The story with the firefighter situation, most times is people resonate with stories.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it brings chills to my skin. It brings chills to everybody else's skin in the room. I actually would have tapped in with this dude. You know what I mean? Everybody else they all got the same kind of story where you go to Chase, go to Mega. It's all the same thing, but when you got the stories, they kind of separate you. The next thing is the list, right? So now you got your list. all right, cool. What's the top banks out there in Baltimore? They'd be the $100,000 funding. All right, you got DCU, this, that, the third, and then you break it down, and that's one of the ways to be able to create some good content. And another thing is also list steps and stories. So what's the steps to be able to go out and leave your job? Like, if I be like, all right, cool, what was the steps that you took? First, I consulted my wife. I talked to her. We broke down a plan. We got some funding, and then I hired some BAs. And next thing you know, I'm making $100,000 a month. So now you break it down in those 3 different ways, and that's one of the ways that we usually tell like guests to be able to get some good content for sure.
So what? I feel like I'm a terrible storyteller. Like,
You're not, bro.
no,
I know.
I feel like I'm a terrible storyteller.
This episode, so good, bro. Okay, if you could put chills on my skin. Now, I ain't gonna lie, back of my eyes was a little watery when you first started the conversation. Like, bro, like you feel like, all right, cool, it's not the best, but like it's cause like you trying to get it off in the way that everybody like it. Where at the end of the day, bro, the way how you tell it, the way how you say it, okay, is the best way.
I appreciate it.
I like can't tell your story.
I need it.
I can't tell your story like he could, So like, I think honestly, bro, like for that one storyteller, it was good.
Was good. Now that means a lot.
Dude, we had a few people, on the podcast, and a lot of people, so they hold back some of these stuff, which is,
You don't want to just get a straight game. I understand, but you gotta get some stone.
That's insane. I'm to my office. I'm like playing the game.
but nah, definitely, Corey broke it down. Definitely still tell you what you said before, reinvent the wheel. If you see somebody go viral for something similar, where basically copy the same thing and just put your own thing to it. Well, it works for you, so it's definitely a way to go about this. The main thing is consistency.
Yep.
Like, up to this point, bro, you could count, like, if you go on our page for us to get 137,000 followers at this point, we needed 548 posts. So that just right there, people go on our profile, you're like, oh, they got a whole portfolio just coming. They could go from top to bottom. They just go to counts. So when you that consistent.
So you shout out a specific number. You said 548. What is it about the 548 specific?
No, that's just us being consistent.
Okay.
Yeah, we.
Okay. I thought you was like, that was like the aim. I'm like, all right, now we got to shoot 200 videos today. We slacking. Right.
Just see.
Okay.
It's just a level of consistency.
Okay. Yep.
That went into.
So y'all still going 3 times a day?
No.
Well, you about to?
Yeah, we just you post like 5.
So for 5-6 times a week. Is that long form, short form combination?
Short form. Then we post like a YouTube video every Sunday.
Yeah. 1 YouTube video every Sunday.
Yeah.
And then 1 to 2 like reels on your Instagram throughout the week.
No, about 5 to 6.
Oh, 5 to 6.
But I know, like, if we could post more, we would. I mean, the more the better, right? Or people could relate to you even more. So
is it difficult in the space? Because a lot of yours is going to have to be like clipped. You know what I mean? To keep that consistency. Is that difficult?
Honestly,
I hope I worded it right.
No. Honestly, like, it's really about the real time it goes into like having somebody that really knows. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of hard to get somebody from the Philippines with all right, cool, clip of this content. They might throw it in Opus and they just give you some stuff. Yep. But it's not just like throwing something to the wall and hoping there's no stick. It's like we gonna look for the top things that all right, cool, they resonate. There's lists, there's steps, there's stories, and it could be broken down as like a reel, so that way you could post it.
Okay. Yes, we in that time where everything is just clipped. Even if you look at, you go online, it's like, your short form content game gotta be up. Yep, crazy right now.
Yep. People attention span is
people attention span is slow. Even to get them to watch you, even for people who are on that Twitch platform, like all of them, they mastering clipping part, and then that's gonna drive the track really to the Twitch to get people to subscribe. So it's all about that short form game too.
Because you guys have to be creative. Like you can't like do what I did to go viral. Like, right? You can't imitate something. You guys have to recreate these moments every time. Like,
Yeah.
That's for one, it takes a lot of discipline, like mental strength, all of that. So I commend you for your 548. Your 548. And you know what I mean, just continue to grow every day and man, because that's difficult. Like you don't get that privilege of like copying somebody or remixing something, just doing like this. Like so yeah, I give a lot of respect to you guys.
Oh, I appreciate you. A lot of it comes too from just having quality guests on like you, bro. So, definitely we try to highlight everybody's story that, they'll, help us slow up, help the content grow, help, people out there and artists things too at the same time. So, yeah, bro. But definitely before we wrap up, they want to ask you, what's next? 1025, we be like halfway, maybe not at this point. What do you got coming up? You said you left your job 3 months ago. I know, I'm pretty sure things are going to do with the business. How does the rest of the year look like for you?
The rest of the year looks like more expansion, more exposure, more podcasts, more networking, more masterminds. I throw a free event for my own community, a workshop once a quarter, just for our public Baltimore for them to come out there and get their credit fixed and stuff like that, and just get some type of literacy on credit. More of those, more success, more money. Hopefully a couple of these 100K months coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just continue to go up, man, and being able to share platforms with amazing men like yourself, continue to network with men like yourself, and continue to just go up, man. We all on this ride together going up. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see what the three of us even look like in the next year, 2 years. Like it's about the thing is gonna be crazy, bro. It's getting in it. But
It is, man.
yeah, that's it for me. Just continue to elevate, man. That's all.
Okay. Now you got anything coming up? I know you said you got the first movement that you probably haven't seen anybody done before. We doing the virtual and the in-person stuff. Really cover a little bit more on that, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a 3-day workshop / mastermind coming up in the next few months. You guys will start seeing and hearing about that very soon. But what that looks like is we've never seen a mastermind go from virtual to in person. So we wanted to give it a shot, meaning first 2 days, we're going to teach about digital products, teach people, how to start their ebooks, how to get their courses and stuff, how to start making money online, how to grow, scale a business, how to start making $10,000 passively, ironically, while keeping your job. I don't encourage everyone to go out there and do what I did for a lot of reasons. But the first 2 days are going to consist of a virtual mastermind with us, breaking down like all of those steps for you guys and teaching you how to get your digital products up and running, pretty much. And then on the third day is going to be an actual in-person day that everyone that is available to come fly out with us, we're going to put on a live 8-hour workshop in class with you, where you're going to be able to like actually physically make your ebook there, physically get your headshots. We're coming out with photographers and all of that. We're shooting 60-second commercials for everybody. We're doing headshots. And we're allowing them to leave with something tangible. So when they leave, they have a 30-second commercial. They have their headshots. They have their LLC structure. They have their course designed and ready to go, right? So that's what it'll be looking like. I don't know if it's going to be free or not yet. We're still trying to figure that part out. Or possibly just have a VIP section for the people that want to upgrade to VIP. They can be the ones that come out. We're still trying to figure that part out. But that's the template of it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sounds like a VIP day, bro.
Sound like VIP day? VIP day. How much? What should that be? How much do you think that would be?
Well, I didn't heard, VIP days from, people that I affiliate with, like $5,000 to get the whole, like that carpet.
And that might be raised. I don't even feel comfortable charging somebody $5,000.
You gotta come. You gonna get the work for it. Cost to get photographers.
You heard what my man said. My man Cody said it's gonna be $5K to work with Coach Davin. Y'all heard what he said? $5K for the VIP tickets, man.
Let's get it.
So I was actually, and I felt bad for charging like $500. Am I tripping?
I mean, what you think your time is worth, bro? It's a good deal.
Right now, the VIP tickets like $497. That's what we thinking. But I thought that would be like a tip. I don't know. Maybe it's limited beliefs. Maybe that's my self-limited beliefs, right?
Yeah, I mean, with all the value you just mentioned, I think it's worth more, bro.
Worth more. Wow. Now it's 10K.
But listen, y'all, the only way to find out is go ahead, tap in with my guy, Coach Dev. Let them know how they can tap in with you outside of that, bro.
So you can reach me at I am Coach Deb on all platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. My YouTube is Freedom University. It is Freedom University, Coach Deb, or Coach Deb Freedom University. One of them. I'm sorry, guys, but it's one of them. I think it's Freedom University, Coach Deb. But everything else is I am Coach Deb on all other platforms. And come find me, guys. I'll be waiting for you.
Got it. Oh, so I do have one last question, man. Hey, I know you don't have to get into details or anything, but you did say in the beginning, manhood, was something in your life, in the early, stage of your life, you found it was lacking. Seems like you got this thing figured out, man. You definitely got the manhood situation figured out, bro. You definitely doing well. So, like, what's some advice that you give the young entrepreneurs, young business owners out there, people that might be, stuck in the past life you used to have, things of that nature, bro?
I want to talk to the younger version of myself, that young Dev that's out there, that feels like the world is against you, feels like you're in it alone, feels like you have no hope, feel like you have no way out. I want to assure you, bro. Your life is worth something. Keep going. I understand that it may be difficult right now. I understand that it may be hard right now. I understand that you may not even be getting the smallest of wins right now. It seems impossible, but I promise you, coming from absolutely nothing to being able to share a stage with these gentlemen, share a platform that my idols, my mentors, like, I'm just a young kid in Baltimore that came from nothing. And I'm here. You can do it. Like, you can do it. Like, believe in yourself, because you have everything that it takes in you. God created us as these beautiful superhumans, and we only use a third of our gifts most of the time. But I promise you, if you sit down and you tap into your greater self, you cut back on the distractions and you really lock in, which means locking everything else out, you are going to win. I promise you. And that's it. Like, that's it. And that's all. Keep going. Keep striving. I promise you better days are coming as long as you don't give up on yourself, because you can't become the GOAT of your family. This is a slogan I use. I'll end it with this. Stop being the black sheep of your family and be ready to grow into the GOAT. And now I end it with that. Love y'all.
He's about you're not good at the story, but it's definitely good with them, man.
This just be passion. This would be from the heart. Right? It ain't no story. I think I'm a terrible storyteller.
Boy.
Shit, this is all passion.
Bro, this is definitely good. I appreciate you. I appreciate you came to New York. Nah, that from us ain't a pod, man. If you all think, like, comment, share, subscribe. I see you guys on the next episode. Peace.